let's start with a softball view here. Can you just explain what is Rainy Latte?
Rainy Latte is an indie game that I'm developing as a solo developer. It stems off this experience I had while working for an unnamed coffee shop that I won't specify. But I found my experience working there pretty interesting. I learned a lot of skills and experiences. One day I was thinking how it could translate well into a gameplay environment in a sort of a video game. And I found that it might be a good chance for me to expose how interesting it is to be a barista in a way, or like how interesting it is to manage a coffee shop to the public. So I took that chance and decided that I was gonna make a video game that centers around managing a coffee shop. And so that's what Rainy Latte essentially is. It's an indie game, a Bruneian made indie game, which centers around you as the protagonist managing a coffee shop. So you will be responsible in managing the coffee supplies, the stock. You're responsible to meet the demands of the customers. And all the while, you are also responsible in managing your own day-to-day life. So there are rents to be paid, there are relationships to be maintained. So it's basically a life simulator, but where you get to manage a coffee shop. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. No worries. The idea here is just relax and just answer and be yourself, right? Now, the thing is, you actually answered the first and second question, so that was a combo answer, which is good, yes. So the second thing I was going to ask you is what actually inspired you to start making the game? But you already mentioned, because you were working at...
This was yeah. I didn't want to specify them.
Yeah, no worries. You know, I was going to say as well, I could just bleep it out, so
don't worry.
The beauty of video editing. So, based on what you said about Rainy Latte, right? What will you be showing at HobbyFest, and what do you hope to learn from the event?
For HobbyFest, I am working on a playable demo for the public to play. It's obviously not the full game. It's just one part of the game. I'm hoping to show the public the core essential of what makes Rainy Latte Rainy Latte. So all the cafe management, the in-cafe gameplay, like managing the tasks of customers, or like the way you spend each day. Basically what's essential to the Rainy Latte game. Hopefully I'm able to prepare a good enough demo for everyone to play, to try out. And by showing the demo to the public, I'm hoping that I could get more insight on how the core audience of the game would think of the concept. So in a sense that since the game is very early on development.
Yeah, when did you start making the game?
So I started making the game, I would say like 5 months back. Funny enough, it was around the time that I got into university. I don't know what occurred that night, but I specifically remember it was 1 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And
Nice.
It was 1 a.m. in the morning. I was browsing through YouTube. I was doom scrolling. I had nothing to do in my life. Just waiting for my college admission. But I came across this like one YouTube video. I think it was like a video of one of the music from you can maybe you can bleep that out.
I can, but don't worry. I think it's fine now because we're just talking about our own experience. But go on, yeah.
It was a music from this one specific video game. It was black and white, I think. It was black 2 and white 2. It was a video of one of the town's music. I think it was called Burbank City. Yeah. So
Nice.
What's funny is that it's not your typical soundtrack video. It was like a funny video where the uploader overlays, I think it was like a clip of SpongeBob contemplating
with the music of
exactly. Then it was the video had like rain effects overlaid. It had this like jazzy, chill, lo-fi kind of vibe. So then I don't know what occurred to me when I'm watching that video, but I just got that. I got that moment, you know. So
you wanted to do something that gave you that same feeling.
Yeah, I love that feeling so much that maybe I could do this, Kira, somewhere.
Damn. Well, how would you describe that feeling? That's kind of like lo-fi. Lo-fi is peaceful.
It's like lo-fi, jazz. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it's something along the lines of like just chill, you know, like nothing to think about in the world, just just enjoying coffee, the rainy
Yeah.
cafe.
And just thinking about deep thoughts and things like
Exactly,
that.
right.
Chilled
So
out. Okay. Hey, that's
I
great,
don't know what
man.
occurred to me,
Yeah.
but after finishing that video, I just straight up went to the Unity website.
Started making the game. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually kind of amazing, and also it's a good answer because it kind of highlights how sometimes passion projects cannot really be explained. There's not necessarily
Exactly,
a
right?
logic to them. Yeah, sometimes you
Exactly.
just want to make something.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that's actually a really beautiful answer. So don't worry about it. It's
But
okay.
like
Yeah,
people, right? Like
yeah.
I used to think that these huge passion projects stem from very complex, specific reasons, like a domino effect, like a
Yeah,
huge
sometimes no.
thing that
Yeah.
happened in their lives or something. But for me, it's just I could just say like this project just got started after watching some meme video on YouTube. That's what's so awesome about it.
Fair enough, but at the same time, I think it was a big deal for you though. What I'm trying to say is that that video made you feel something big
Yeah.
enough that you
Well,
actually
yeah.
wanted to make something. So I think even though it might
Hmm.
seem small to others, I think it's equally as big probably in terms of how relevant it was to you, which is good. Which is good. Yeah. Wait, I think we got a bit off topic, but what were you talking about again? It's good. No, I think I was asking you about what you hope to learn for the event. So basically, you
Oh my
want to
god,
get
yeah,
feedback, right?
oh my god, sorry.
No, that's fine, that's fine. This is all great, and this will all stay in, don't worry. I'll edit it to make it all sound more coherent, but
Alright.
essentially I think it's fine.
Alright.
So, okay, that's fine. So, just to recap, basically at HobbyFest you'll be showing the core mechanics of Rainy Latte,
Yeah.
and then what you hope is basically to get feedback on that core mechanics.
Yeah. Since RainyLatte is like very early in development, right? So the game itself, it's very open to changes in a way. So by taking all the feedback from the public, I hope that I could improve on which aspect of the game that needs to be reworked on without compromising on a lot of aspects of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, just like with Wilson's last week, this question actually has two sides, right?
Mhm.
It'll be my first me asking you directly a statement like kind of question, and then I'll rephrase it so that you have a better context of how to answer it. Okay? So,
Okay.
the direct shot of the question is, based on your experience juggling the responsibilities of a college student, and you're also trying to make a game at the same time, so what advice would you give the younger prospective gamers out there? Because they're presumably having to juggle schoolwork, college work, and things like that. Because for people like me and Wilson, who are a bit older, we tend to forget because this is somewhat full-time for us. But for you guys, we tend to forget that you have all those responsibilities to juggle at the same time. So what is your experience and what advice would you give? Fun questions, huh?
Fun questions, and I'm left thinking like deeply. Yeah, I think okay. So this one thought like comes up like after listening to what that question is. I think I do have to remind myself to like categorize my life as game dev, school life in a way. So like there's like two components in my life. But I guess what I can advise to everyone is that you shouldn't look life in that black and white perspective. There's way more inside each component in a way. So your school life isn't just your school life. So your school life, it consists of the friendships that you have around campus or like the assignments or like responsibility you have as a student as part of the school's community in a way. So it's not really fair for you to say like, oh, I'm gonna divide my life into two. So like I'll work on my game dev life or like my school life like equally in a way. Because some parts of your life do require more attention than others. And you do have your personal life too to think about, right? And they're not really separate in a way. They are connected in some parts. So an example would be how some of the friends I made in my game dev life, they're kind of related to my personal life in the sense that they're my friends too, right? Or like my school life or my personal life. Those course mates I have in my campus, they're also my friends. So basically in a way that don't be too hard on yourself. So just focus on which aspects of your life that requires more attention and don't feel bad about leaving game dev. Not leaving, like, more like...
So basically your comment is leave game dev.
Like,
no, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Nah. What I meant to say was like, don't feel bad if you only have like a couple of hours to spend for game dev in a week. If you need to give more time for the other aspects of your life, then even one bit of contribution to like game dev is enough. Like there's no amount of work that's needed for you to do for you to be considered as a game developer, you know? So even if you're just like contributing a few hours of game dev work to your project like each week, then that's fine.
Yeah.
People have their own lives, you know? So I guess what my, you know, like the TLDR
no
of the
worries.
whole, of
Remember, we're all still
is
learning.
that you don't have to label yourself as one thing in life. You know, you don't have to label yourself as the game developer. You're more than that, you know? You're a person. So feel free to like explore the other aspects in life on top of being a game developer. So
yeah, you're a person.
I guess that's it. don't get too caught up with game dev, with your passion project.
That's a good answer.
That's too long though. that's I guess it's too long for me.
No worries. I will definitely shorten up some bits where we took a bit of time, but other than that, I think it'll be perfect already.
Right.
So, cool. So anyways, that is my interview with Takoyaki. So, what you mentioned just now about what you're showing at HobbyFest and what you hope to learn, right? So, about the feedback. I'm just letting the listeners know that we are currently talking to local coffee vendors and we're trying to get some drink vouchers from them. That way, if you actually play through Takoyaki's demo of Rainy Latte, you can actually win a free drink. So do come down and play the game and get some feedback and also get yourself some free drinks if you're interested and if you're around the area of HobbyFest, which is when, Takoyaki?
It's on the 2nd and the 3rd of December, 2023.
Yep, exactly. At Peak Club. So yeah, drop by if you have time and come down to our booth, play games and win prizes. It's not just Rainy Latte, it's even all the other exhibitions we have, and we're planning to have special gifts for each of them, including but not limited to badges,
It'll
stickers.
Be fun, guys.
Exactly. At least that's the hope. We will do our best to make it as fun as possible, as opposed to the normal kind of exhibitions we've been doing, which is not to say they're not fun, but they're more passive. We tend to just sit down and say, look at our games, but now we're going to say, look at our games and win cool things to bring home. So hopefully that will make for a more exciting and memorable experience. But again, as I said, all of this is we're just learning as well. So who knows, right? It could all go bad, but hopefully not. Hopefully it will go well. Yeah, we're all learning. Just like, do you hear this weird rubbing sound when I talk?
There was like this slight
yes, like static, right?
But this it didn't.
Okay, so when I say we're learning, what I mean is we're learning a lot of things. For example, right? The sound you're hearing is actually my beard rubbing on the headphones. So I feel like I've learned that I need to shave before doing these interviews and recordings. So we're literally learning as we go. So yeah, come down. If you want to talk or chat or hang out or just win cool things or play fun games, do come down and let's learn together, right? It's a journey that we don't have to take alone. So yeah. Cool. Just to wrap this all up. So I'll be including a link to Takoyaki's Instagram, which is basically the Rainy Latte game Instagram, his itch.io link, and also a link to Bite Size Mayhem, which was a really recent collaboration between Wilson, myself, and Takoyaki. So all of that you can find on the links. I think that's it. Any closing remarks, Tako?
If you do decide to drop by HobbyFest, please do leave. You know, please do. Maybe not leave.
Don't stop by.
Please do. No, I mean, yeah. If you happen to drop by HobbyFest this 2nd and 3rd December, feel free to greet. I guess I'm like the friendliest person.
Come down and chat. Yeah, we're friendly.
I'll be friendly. Like I'm very friendly, so I'm happy to see.
Yeah,
I'm happy to meet more people. So
don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna scare you or anything. I'm very shy, but.
Yeah, come down, have a chill time. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so I think that's it for now. Thanks for stopping by. We'll meet again soon and stay tuned for more updates. That's it.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
And stopping the recording.